Nice. Now we can make a sword out of our ingots. That is very nice. Actually, I think we might want a zinc sword. Why not, right? You can go ahead and put that in here. Get a little bit hotter. That sounds hot enough. Why not? Huh. Oh, actually, I think what we need to do is we need to weld 2 zinc together. Let's get this one heated up a little bit more. Now I have ceramic molds on the side here just in case our zinc happens to melt. If it does, and we don't have ceramic molds on the side, it will disappear into our forge forever. We will not get it back. Keep our coal going in here so we can keep it nice and hot. Very hot. These need to be around the same temperature. Let's see if we can get this going. No, we can't. Now we have flux in here. I did make some flux out of our dolomite. All that was taking our hammer and putting it into the crafting grid with the dolomite cobblestone. Come on. I hope I'm doing this right. If you guys can tell me if I've done anything wrong, that would be great. Very hot, very hot. I don't want them to melt. Okay. Still not hot enough. That's not good. Oh, that's... Okay, yeah, see? It looks like our zinc melted right there. Okay, now we're going to have to rework these into ingots. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, put these in here. There we go. Finally, we're finally able to weld our zinc. Excellent. So now we should be able to use that. Yes, yes, there we go. To work our... Might need to heat that back up, actually. Yep, warm. Okay. Let's get a couple more in here for insurance later on down the road. You might have seen I was trying to weld our copper together earlier. I wanted to do that so that we could upgrade our anvil. We don't have enough copper on us to do that. We actually need 7 of these ×2 ingots. So we would need a total of 14 copper ingots, which equates to 28 of our native copper ore. So we're going to have to go back down into our mine and actually mine out quite a bit of copper in order to get our new anvil. Okay, let's see if that's hot enough. Nope. Still needs to heat up quite a bit more. Now I'm not sure I like this zinc melting where it does. In the same way that copper melts just before the yellow stage, zinc melts just before it hits the early red stage. It's a little hard to guess when to pull it off. There we go. Last 2 needs to be a hit, last 3 needs to be a bend. Awesome, we made our zinc sword blades. Somehow, I guess I got a little lucky there with my bend and my hit. But excellent, we have a zinc sword blade now. That's going to be much better than the stone one I've been carrying around, huh? And just as with everything else, all you need is a single stick and your tool head, and bam, you have yourself a brand new sword. Excellent. Let's go try it out on this noisy spider outside, shall we? Oh man, you didn't even know what hit you. Excellent. I like it. I really want to get these the copper going. Now, I think what my problem was earlier was that they were not at the same temperature together. So I might have to actually either melt them or just hope that I can get them close enough and weld them. Here's our flux. Might want to stash that in here with our slag. Do we have anything in here at the moment? No, we do not. Do we have anything to smelt? We do. We have some magnetite. Let's go ahead and hop up top and put that in here. Let's see here. 6. Okay, that should be good enough. Yep. Now we want to keep our the amount of coal higher than the amount of ore. Otherwise, our temperature gauge will start to drop. As we saw when we began this, the bloomery with our zinc, the temperature gauge didn't go up until our coal was at or higher than the ore amount. Let's grab ceramic mold, keep those ready for when the ore jumps down. Go ahead and hit the bloomery a little bit. Not the bloomery, the bellows. They're both B words, kind of get them mixed up sometimes. Trying to talk too fast. Okay, with our temperature a little bit higher, we might need to throw a little bit more fuel in. But that's just what I get for being in a rush. I do want to see this iron come out. I am rather excited for iron. Our copper is still heating up, taking a little bit. Go ahead and put our magnetite away. Now as soon as the ore drops down to 0 kilograms, that's going to tell us that the ore has all been processed and it's ready for pickup, since it has all been turned into its liquid state. I don't know if magnetite actually needs the bellows on the bloomery, but I'm hitting it just in case. I suppose in the meantime, we could run downstairs and start mining out a lot more of our copper, but I would like to get our magnetite out of there. How's our copper over here doing? Oh, we need some more coal. Okay, they're both at the bright red stage, which means they are getting close to being ready. Looks like this magnetite is deciding it doesn't really want to smelt. That's okay, we can put in a whole bunch of coal. They don't need to be close to each other, just the coal needs to be at or above the ore. Just hit that a few times, keep it heated. Make sure it is hot enough for our magnetite to smelt. I hope I have never actually smelted anything before this Let's Play, so this is all new stuff to me. You guys have seen all of my experience. I really hope I don't have to take this thing up to sky level. That would suck. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave that there for the time being. Uh-oh, looks like our copper melted. That's okay, we can shape it. We can wait just a little bit while that cools off down to the orange stage again. Okay, here we go. 1. Okay, put these in here and weld it. Alright, there we go. Got our copper 2 times. Awesome. Oh, that is a task, let me tell you. I don't like how these can't stack. That's a little bit of a pain. But we can deal with it. Okay, how about we head back down to our mine, start getting a whole bunch of copper out of there. Leave this stuff behind, we don't need it right now. Okay, to the mine. Actually, before we head out, let's make a pickaxe. Let's make a good pickaxe. That would be handy. So let's grab some markings. Let's make a pickaxe plan, which looks just like this. Pickaxe head. There we go. Excellent. Let's go ahead and grab our zinc out of there. Heat that up just a little bit. Again, I'm a little scared of there we go, got our zinc pickaxe head. Awesome. Put that plan away with our collection of plans now. Now we can just take our stick and our pickaxe head. Excellent. Got a very good backup for when our current pickaxe breaks. To the mine! Away we go! Alright, here we are, back at our original copper finding. And let's just pretty much grab everything we can out of here. Found a pocket of gravel. No big deal. We can deal with gravel. If it means getting copper, we can deal with any amount of gravel. Alright, looks like that was that for that pocket. There appears to be a lot more over here, though. Oh, there went our pickaxe. Okay, on to the tin pickaxe. Oh, I'm liking this already. It looks so cool, doesn't it, guys? Brand new, hot off the press zinc pickaxe. We will be making a lot of copper tonight, that's for sure. Just need to get the hang of that welding, and we'll have a brand new anvil in no time. Okay guys, I'm going to clean up this pocket of copper, and I'll bring you guys back in when we're all set to head back up. Alrighty guys, just coming back, have a whole load of copper, as well as quite a bit of magnetite that I picked up down there. Let's see how the magnetite in here is doing. Oh, excellent. It's ready to be picked up. Toss some of these in here for the time being. Grab our molds and get that out. Now, the magnetite does not turn directly into iron. It turns into what's called pig iron. That's a pinkish type of iron. You can see it in the vanilla Minecraft, sort of, but pig iron is the unrefined type of iron. So if we put that in here once it's cooled off, we'll actually see it in the ingot state, and you can definitely see a type of pink hue to it. Now we can refine that out of the ingot and turn it into wrought iron. But in order to do that, you first need to turn it into pig iron. And that, what we can do later on, is start getting into alloys. One of the first alloys we can work on is steel, now that we have our pig iron. But one of the other alloys that we can work on, and some of you may be familiar with it if you've played around with some of the tech mods, namely Red Power 2, is called brass. And brass is actually made out of copper and the zinc that we have been finding from our sphalerite. That's what I need. I need to grab our charcoal. Stay focused. Okay. Got a whole bunch of charcoal in there. There we go. Nice. So we can get some brass going, but before we can do that, we will need a metallurgy table. And for our metallurgy table, we will need more of the undamaged stone, similar to what we use to make our stone anvil. So while our copper is melting down, I'm going to go I'm going to go carve out a whole bunch of basalt again down in our mine. I will either make that into a montage or I'll just cut it out. But I'll be right back once I have all of the stone that we will need for our metallurgy table. Okay, montage over. I believe 5 should be enough. If not, I'll just cut out when I come back down here to get more. We're going to head back upstairs and we can get that table crafted. I'll be right back, guys. Okay, I'm back. Yep, it definitely wasn't 5. We need 8. And we craft the metallurgy table like so, just like a suit of armor. There we go. metallurgy table. Now, the metallurgy table depends on the things you put into it being liquid. So we're going to need it to be fairly close to our forge here. In fact, let's put it right... I wonder if we can... Awesome. Let's put our metallurgy table right here. Make it part of the forge. How does that sound? I think that looks pretty nice, actually. So here's the metallurgy table. It looks similar to our scribing table, except we don't need paper. And what we do with the metallurgy table is we take our pieces of liquid metal and we can mix them into new types of metal, alloys. We don't have anything that we can work right now. Actually, our pig iron just completely copped out on us. Quick. There we go. Let's get these all in here so we can work them into ingots and then work them into wrought iron. And from wrought iron we can then work with our metallurgy table here. So we can make our first alloy, which I am aiming for, which is going to be steel. So I'll bring you guys back once these have reached their liquid stage and we can start working with them. Oh my god, I cannot believe that just happened. I just got our copper out of the bloomery, and well, you can see 2 of our unshaped copper sitting here. I had another 2 in my inventory, and I just worked them into ingots and then welded them together. And when I came back into our chest, I attempted to stack them with this copper ingot 2 times, and it disappeared. It turned into just 1. There's only 1 in the stack, and we do not have any others. So I just lost 2 copper ingots. That's not cool. Let's check on these. Ah, here we are. You can see iron takes much more heat to turn into a liquid. The unshaped pig iron down here, very, very hot. You'll notice the bottom of the forge gets the hottest. We might even need to require that our pig iron be in the bottom for it to be melted. I don't know if these slots get hot enough to melt the pig iron. Well, let's wait for this to cool down a little bit, and then we can work this into an ingot. And then from the ingot stage, we can work it again into the wrought iron that we are looking for. There we go, real quick. Oh no. It doesn't look like our zinc hammer is strong enough to work on the pig iron. Well, that's not good. So let's take advantage of our chest here. Items will not update their heat signature if they are in a chest. They will only update their heat status if it is in your inventory or in one of the acceptable inventories, such as the bloomery, the anvil, the forge, the fire pit, places like that. I did load this up with another 8 native copper ore. Might need a little bit more charcoal in here. There we go. Now it should melt down fairly quickly. There we go, give it another piece. Awesome. Okay, now this should get us another 4 pieces of native copper. So that'll give us 1. We have 1 times 2 in here. I'm not going to make the mistake of trying to stack these things again. This will give us another 1. There's our 3rd one. Ah, here we are. They're ready. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. Let's put 2 of those in here and wait for the other 2 to cool down a little bit and load up our bloomery with another 8 ore. There we go. And make sure our coal stays topped off. Excellent. Now, okay. There we go. There's 1. There's 2. And weld them together with a flux. Real quick like. There we go. We have our 2 times copper ingot. Put that over there. I'm going to go ahead and throw these on the fire into the forge and let those melt down all the way. And we can do what we just did in order to get our copper back into a ceramic mold that we have sitting on the side here. Back in our anvil, we can work on our unshaped copper. Waiting for it to cool off just a bit. Now we might need to make a copper hammer in order to work on our pig iron, but I actually think what we need is a new anvil. And that is why we're doing this, to weld up, forgot our flux, a whole bunch of copper. Let's just keep that stocked. And you can't put more than 1 flux in there, and that's why I keep forgetting. But that's alright. Got another 2 pieces of copper. And these are still heating up. Try to keep some coal on there. How are we doing over here? Might need to throw a bit more fuel in. Kill the annoying spider on our roof. There we go. Get off our roof, you stupid spider. There we go. So you can tell that metallurgy at this point in the game is quite a balancing act. Running back and forth if you're trying to get a whole bunch of things done at once. That's okay. It looks like we are doing a fairly good job of keeping up with things. And we just need how many? 4 more of these copper ingot 2 times in order to get our brand new copper anvil. Looks like our pig iron is going to have to wait until that. Alright, here we go. Then get this one. There we go. Weld it. Nice. Perfect. Just 3 more, and we should be able to get 4 out of this this next shipment from the bloomery. There we go. Well, not 4 2 times. We should be able to get 2 more of these copper ingot 2 times out of our shipment in the bloomery, and then the last one out of these 2 once they finally melt down. Alright. Looks like the 4 in here are ready. I'm going to get those out before they heat up too much. Keep a couple of those in there. Oh, looks like one of them's already. There we go. Got that one. There we go. Get our flux in there. Weld it. Nice. Very good. Very good. Here we go. Let's get you on the bar. There we go. Now for you. Hurry up, hurry up. The other one's cooling down. There we go. Get the flux in there and weld it. Excellent. Alright, we just need this last one. Okay, looks like, oh, just in time. Let's grab these out and get this done. Come on. Get our flux in there while we're waiting. Oops. There we go. 1. There we go. 2, and weld them. Excellent. Excellent. I'm going to be moving these by hand. I'm not going to trust shift click with these after what happened last time. Take them over to our crafting table. Put in the same design that we did for our stone anvil. And we should be rewarded with our upgrade. The copper anvil. Excellent. We can get this stone anvil out of here. Maybe use that for decoration later. Oh, I forgot to take our hammer out. That's okay. It looks like we got it back. Plop that down. Ooh, nice. Adding a little bit of color in here. I like it. Let's see if we can't work on our pig iron. Let's grab that out. Put it in here. Nope. We might need a better hammer. But just in case, I'm going to take this out and check. As soon as it cools off, I'm going to try to hit it. And if it doesn't move, then we will definitely need a better hammer. Most likely our copper. Come on, pig iron, cool off. I know I didn't leave you in there too long. Okay, there we go. Yep. Cannot work on it right now. So we'll leave those in here for the time being. Let's grab a whole bunch of those. Put another shipment of copper into our bloomery. Okay. Then just top it off with some coal. There we go. Hopefully we'll be able to make a copper hammer with our zinc hammer. Remember last time it wasn't working out so well. Let's go ahead and clean up in here. Organize things a bit. Alright. Looking good. Heh. I think I can have some anvils out here on the front porch as a little bit decoration. Spice things up a bit. Nice. Now another thing about the forge is you can use it to cook food, which is very nice. But one thing we want it to cook is a whole bunch more of our ceramic molds. We are completely out of them right now. And if we're waiting on a shipment of copper, we're going to want to be ready. There we go. There we go. I might need to run out and get some more clay. There we go. Get some more coal out of here. It's a good thing I mined up a whole bunch of that. I got a little coal bucket next to our forge here, since this is really the only place that we can use our coal. Might as well keep it handy. How are we doing over here? Looking good. That copper should be ready very soon. Hopefully we can get a couple of those. That's okay. We'll just use these. Okay, come on. Very close, very close. You're almost done. There they go. Okay. Now I learned that you can shift click the clay molds into the forge. That is very handy for restocking it and keeping your keeping the clay molds in there and cooking. Come on, copper. I need a new hammer. I'm not sure if the bellows actually makes your ore smelt faster in the bellows. I think it might just be for reaching higher temperatures that certain metals need. I'm not entirely sure about that. If anybody can clarify that, that would be great. Keep that going. Put another one in there. I might even want to expand the top of our bloomery here. Grab our chisel and get some more of this basalt. Awesome. I'm not sure how much higher we can go, but I know we can definitely go much higher than this. There we go. Okay. Well, this should let us get a lot more ore and fuel in there at the same time. Here we are. Got our shipment of copper. Alright. Put a couple of those in here on standby. Excellent. Keep this operation going, and we will be set in no time. Let's see. How's our copper doing? Got a little hot in there. No problem, no problem. Let's get our hammerhead plan ready. There we go. Looks like you're the first one. There we go. Put our plan in here. Excellent. We got a copper hammerhead now. Nice. Now let's put that in here. Let's see if our copper hammer can work with our pig iron. That would be very nice. Looks like it cannot. We might not be able to work with pig iron for a while. That's okay. Get that copper done. Might as well work these out as well. Well, if we can't work with pig iron just yet, what we might be able to work with is the brass. So it would be in our interest to head back down our sphalerite mine and pick up some more sphalerite. Get some zinc going. And if that's the case, let's go ahead and leave these in here. Grab this and melt it. Grab all these out. Uh-oh. There we go. And that's so it'll catch our copper ingot as soon as it melts. And as soon as it melts, we're going to pick it up. Once it hits the yellow stage, that'll give us a little bit of time. Count a couple Mississippis. Pick it up and put it in here. Now those will stay yellow liquid until we get back. There we go. Let's go get some sphalerite. Well guys, I just checked the time and it looks like this is a pretty good wrapping up point. We'll have to get into the alloy making next time, so I'll see you all later.